I think we're live. Sorry. Good morning, everyone.
Double good morning for those of you who have already seen us go live once on Facebook.
Exactly.
And I'll trim this video so for the replays won't have to watch it.
That's right. So it just gives you a little extra time to get on. So
yeah, for sure. Oh, she's below freezing there. Oh, yeah, it's cold. It's cold. If you're watching this to see what to post this week, then it doesn't really matter that we have content specific to the first week of February, but it is cold. Even in Florida, it is cold for us. The iguanas were falling out of the trees this weekend, so that's cold.
That's sad too.
Yeah. Well, they don't die. They just
get,
like cold
just
until
lethargic.
they warm up.
Lethargic coolness.
Yep.
Right. Tell them what we're talking about this week.
We are talking about live video content.
And why?
Because wait, I was supposed to ask you these questions. Because we're talking about it because it's kind of the missing piece for engagement. And these Marketing Mondays, we've been really having an underlying theme of engagement and how to get more. So that's kind of where we're heading with this video content, live or not. And we're going to talk about why it is so important to you and to reaching more people on social media. And then if you are really having a roadblock with it mentally or otherwise, how to get past that and put yourself out there even when it's super uncomfortable, because it is super uncomfortable, especially in the beginning.
It is. It takes a little bit to get ramped up and be okay. So we will share some quick tips on how to kind of overcome that. But when we were deciding, again, this is all for engagement, how the algorithm works. We talk about it every single week, that it takes comments, likes, shares, all of the things, asking for the engagement. Well, the algorithm changes. That's the only thing that stays the same about Facebook. So we've talked in the past that they're all in on groups. Well, they have doubled down on video. Doesn't have to be live video, just any video. It can be reels, it can be anything. So we are encouraging you to add that to your mix. I know it's hard to do all of the things when it comes to social media, but when done correctly, you can build some tremendous momentum. And I saw a stat over the weekend because I knew we were going to be talking about video this week, but basically, and this is a stat from a little while back, and it said nearly 60% of executives or people, it didn't just have to be executives, but would rather watch video content than static content, especially when it's education-based. That their brain retains it better. It's quick. They're not having to do anything. They're not having to read, when it's as opposed to long-form content. So if you're in education specifically, like if you have a course or anything that you can educate your people about, video is going to be easy for you to get started in that area.
Exactly. Good morning, Sarah. And good morning, Deanne. Good to see all of you. If you're here and you hadn't said hello yet, say hi. If you're watching the replay, let us know by leaving a comment below. But Julie's absolutely right. You have to... there's something about video that's so much more accessible. And I think it goes back to people want to burn as few calories as possible, trying to understand something, trying to consume something, and video content makes it simple to do that. So, there's no effort except for listening on the consumer's part. So if you can meet them at that place by delivering video content, that's what, and Julie said Facebook. I know she meant Facebook and Instagram and maybe even LinkedIn. But, when you say Facebook, you of course mean Instagram too, because they're all the same company and they have the same priorities, it seems, at certain times. So that's really how you're going to reach more people in 2022. And that's the difference between marketing a business. When I first started in 2015, And it's radically different how we reach people now in 2022. So, and you can see that in 2020, if you look back at the video content that Socially Inclined put out, it was almost nil, but it became necessary to reach more people. So you saw us ramp up last year in 2021 with committing to having video content once or twice a week. And then this year you're seeing us go to 3+ times a week. We would love to go more, but you have to do what you can do. And done is always better than perfect.
Always. And when you're seeing this and this type of content that we're doing, this is really long format video. So, but when we're talking about video, we're talking about anything from a quick reel to just you going on and saying hello and welcoming. If you have a group, you can go in and do a personal welcome to the group. You can do Ask Me Anything. There are quick ways that you can really introduce video without having to be as thought out as this probably looks to you.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
yeah. Yeah. So, I want to say everybody's in a different place. Wow. My place before Jess is I love talking to people. I'm a talker.
Julie can sell a $10 million website face to face.
Yeah, I'm more of a one-on-one person than a big group or a video. I was scared to death of video. Scared. So scared. So I just want to preface that practice makes, well, maybe not perfect, but practice will definitely go a long way to, getting over having to do it. So I still, if I'm, the liveness of it, the way we do it, I don't get an extra take. It just has to be what it is. Um, you know, will get under my skin a little bit sometimes, but like video, again, it doesn't have to be live. It can be pre-recorded. If you need to record it 10 times to feel good about putting it out when you first start, do it 10 times. So whatever it
Exactly.
takes to get it out there.
And that's where I was last year when Julie made me kind of come to the forefront. Is I started by doing the Monday emails. I would do them as a pre-recorded video. And that's where I had to be to kind of get comfortable. And of course, she kind of drugged me through the Take Action training, which was really hard for me for the first 8 to 10 weeks because I felt like I had to learn a lot. I mean, I already knew more than the average person, but I had to learn a lot in order to lead and to teach in the way that we wanted to in that series. But going back to what Julie said about we're here on live and we don't want you to take our discussion about, oh, you need to get video content as it needing to be comparable to this. We are on multiple chapters in to our business building book. So don't compare yourself if you have had 2 pieces of video content in the last year. Don't expect to pick up and just start being consistent and comfortable with 3 to 5 pieces of video content. Always realize that you have to start somewhere. So my favorite place to do that is to take some of your tips that you feel most comfortable with. You can take Julie already mentioned it, your Ask Me Anythings. So already, I would say if you go for an Ask Me Anything type live video content, that you have a few things that have already been asked of you, like frequently asked questions, so that you can talk, because there's a good chance if you've not really been consistent about showing up live, that nobody's going to join you that first time or two. And then as far as not live video, but just video in general, behind the scenes tours, things like that, whenever, especially if you're an artist or you're a creator or a crocheter, doing a time lapse video or a sped up video of you crocheting something or you painting something is really, really valuable to the person watching.
For sure. I love that. Like, it will stop me every time to watch the artistic people that sketch or paint. I love those sped up. And then I can see for Mary Alice, like crochet, and anyone else that does any kind of crafting, homemade, anything that they can do a time lapse, those will garner so much traffic, and people love to comment on those because it's not something they can do themselves in a lot of cases. So um, I had another really quick stat just if in case we have to sell you a little bit more. So, we're talking about social, but also in the realm of video, like we repurpose ours. So when we're doing this, that's why ours is more a little produced, if you will, like structured. But when we pick it up, we're actually making a blog out of it. And blogs that have video content are seeing at least 300% more. They're getting more traffic to the website. Google is even paying more attention to video content. So in the realm of what we're talking about, we're talking more social, but even Google's in the mix on that for search engine traffic. And we know that your website's the hub of everything. So getting traffic there is, building know, like, and trust, able to sell things. So I urge you to try to put together some type of plan to produce. Just set a goal, one piece of content once a week. Again, it can be time lapse. It can be a quick video that's a how-to. It can be something that's really easy to get started. And it was still intimidating to me, was the over-the-shoulder or the screen share videos. If you're a person that teaches something, you can do screen shares. You can use Loom is a good one. So it's useloom.com to create those. But again, the more you do, the easier it becomes, for sure.
Exactly. Just like writing content, the video content gets easier. The more you practice, the better you are on your feet. Deanne, she was recently approved to go live on LinkedIn. That's so exciting.
I love it.
She asked for some suggestions or thoughts on the differences between LinkedIn videos versus Facebook and Instagram content. And my favorite, I guess my go-to on that is to just know the audience. So the audience is very different on LinkedIn. I think you're in a position to serve both audiences because of the way that you help professional women too. So I would think about your content, just shifting that customer avatar a little bit to the more, busy professional who's maybe burnt out, but afraid to change directions. Or would kind of be my suggestion. And like, what kind of content would she want to see? What kind of content would she welcome seeing live from someone who's really inspirational and really motivating to her on LinkedIn over Facebook and Instagram, where it can be super casual. The topics don't have to be professional in nature really at all. You can kind of come at content any way that you want to on Facebook and Instagram because it has such a vast reach. But Julie, what would you add to that?
That's perfect. I just would, LinkedIn is not a place for entertainment, really. So like Instagram and Facebook are, you can have the reels and things like that. If you're going to be posting on or going live on LinkedIn, it definitely needs to speak to the entrepreneur, the business person, and the struggles that they may get. In case people here don't know Deanne's a life coach. So she could definitely speak to the struggles that they would be having and offer ways to overcome or improve their situation. So just keep it professional, for sure.
Exactly. Jennifer, it's Loom, I believe is what Julie was referring to. Loom.com.
Yes.
If you're talking about just a quick screen share, how-to videos. That is not, Bloom.com is not, you're not going to find it there.
LOOM. And the official domain is useloom, LOOM.com. You might can get there from loom.com.
Gotcha.
They might redirect, but.
So Marcy is a co-host on a live YouTube podcast show and was terrified until she became more relaxed. I still have difficulty with the idea of posting on my social media as a perfectionist. I just got to work through it. Yeah, you do, and I'm glad you said that, because I think everyone at some point around some aspect of social media marketing feels the same way. We get that a lot of times where we have a client come in and they want to reach millions of people, but they don't want anyone to know who they are. And that's just not how you're going to reach people on social media. So you've got to find the balance that works for you. The answer isn't the same for everybody, but you got to find what level of, I guess, connection or transparency or details about yourself. How much know, like, and trust, how much do you want them to know about you will depend on how much they can know, like, and trust you. So you have to keep that in perspective when you're kind of creating your personal marketing content mix.
Exactly. And also, people struggle with like the mistakes they make, stumbling, like I just did just then. I'm trying to gather my thoughts and think, but those things make you real. They may it, you're coming off as authentic, approachable. Everyone, you think about when you're talking to a friend, that's how this video conversation, that's how I'm trying to speak to you as a friend and trying to give you advice as a friend. So if you can get out of your head that you're speaking to how many ever thousands might see it, but you're talking to one person, that is a pointer that will help you to kind of get over that as well.
Exactly. And I love that. I mean, I feel the same way. I look at myself whenever we go live and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would give anything to have spent 15 extra minutes on my hair or my makeup, or why couldn't I have been more coherent? Like, especially Monday mornings, things are crazy. These marketing Mondays, I feel like they are some of our best ones so far, but in the moment, of course, if we weren't on live, you always have that tendency to, like, oh my gosh, let's redo this. Oh, let's start over. And when you start feeling that way about it, you will never get a finished product. So you
Right.
just have to go for it. And then we recognize, because of all the great feedback that we get, that you guys, we always talk about how we're socially inclined, but we're lovingly awkward. You guys seem to really jive with that, because there are a lot of people out there who have, you know, $70 nails, obviously, every 2 weeks, and $200 highlights, and perfect looking people who are perfectly rehearsed. And I think that that's not us. That's likely to never be us. And I'm okay with that. And I think our people that we attract on a daily basis are okay with that too.
Yeah. And the reason why I think that it works for us and it will work for you as well is because time is money. So if you are trying to sit down and it's going to take you 20 takes to do something just to get a video out, then look at all of the other things that you could have been doing in that time. It's better to be authentic and just say, well, I need to, I need to back up, I need to cover something I forgot or whatever. That makes you real, but you're going to have a lot more time. Video content, once you get started with it, is like the fastest content to
Yeah.
create. Like when you're writing, it takes a lot more because, you're trying to go back and edit. Well, for the most part, video, you're not re-editing, takes. If so, man, maybe for a
Yeah.
course,
Whew.
but it would take you so long that it's not productive. So, and again, the more you practice, the better it'll get. A quick, if you don't like to be on camera, let's say like we're on camera right now, a little tip is maybe you can put up, like sometimes you'll see that we'll have a graphic, and it can be just your voice behind the graphic, or you can start with audio. A lot of people have hangups about how they sound when they hear themselves back. They don't love it. You're just going to push right through and keep going. I don't love how I sound either, but it's what I'm saying. It's not how I sound. So I just want you to, pick up on what I'm saying. And I do have one last tip so if you're gonna go live, like there's no great way to practice going live, except for I have found one way. I've talked about it several times. But if you can create yourself a group, when you create a group, the last time I created a group, you've had to put one other person in it. So put your mom in it, put somebody in it if they still have that requirement. But when you're first starting, you can go live in that group that has no one in it, and you can practice till your heart's content. You can get comfortable with hearing your voice. You can get comfortable with the actual, like we started this video, and YouTube didn't come up and go live when it was supposed to. So those kinds of things, all that outside force when you're first starting it, will make you feel really uneasy. So if you can go and practice inside a group, and not have anyone else hear and listen. So I do say that that's where if you are scared to get started.
Exactly. Love it. Okay, so 22 minutes we've been live on Facebook, and I think it's even less than that on YouTube because, like she mentioned, we had a little issue with that. But in 22 minutes, that's how fast video content can lend to other content, because now we have a blog content and an email content, a YouTube video, and a Facebook video. So it's super fast. To me, that's even faster than writing content, which is also important because you do need descriptions for your video and things like that. So shameless plug for content class. I think most of you who are in here are already Academy members, but content class is very important for bringing all of this together, and it shows you how to take it the other way. You can start with video and take it to blogs, or start with blogs and take it to video. So speaking of content class, let's talk about what to post this week. Want to do it?
Sure thing. And if you're watching this on replay, this happens to be the last week of January, and we're going to be talking about February posts. A lot of this conversation we're about to have is applicable to any time. So feel free to stay and see what kind of content we're talking about. And this content comes straight from our Your Social Plan membership. This is to help the people that have this. We want to highlight and show exactly how to make these your own. So you should be seeing on the screen, these are the first 3 motivation. There's no secret that we are trying to get the word out about the algorithm and how it works. We have developed a proprietary MVP strategy. That strategy, M, stands for motivation. Obviously, motivational posts can get comments when done in the right way. So this is the first 3 that come in February. So the first one is difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. So that's the image, and then we've got a suggested post. So I want to really speak to the fact that the suggested caption can, and I say should be, if you have time, written in a way that works with your niche if possible. It is not, we get that all the time about, niche content. How am I working in my niche? These can be brought into your niche. Okay. So difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. So obviously fitness is super easy with that. It takes hard work to get from point A to point B, whether it be lose weight, be stronger. In skincare, you don't just put a cream on in one night and have a beautiful glowing face the next morning. It just doesn't happen that way. For life coaching, obviously it takes mindset work, daily work every single day, recognizing the gratitude. So this post can be written in a way that references that. Use what we've got. Take 60 seconds to bring it into your own. Be sure to end it. Again, we can't write your call to action for you because everyone's call to action is different. If you're not aware of what a call to action, CTA, we interchange that. It is the next, think of it as the next thing, the thing you want them to do. Okay, so whether it's to comment on the post, to reach out to you, to get for a discovery call, whatever it is, these motivational posts are not meant to be overly promotional. That's what the P's for. But you can have a great call to action that can bring it into that presence and promo. So, All right, that's our first one. You want to take the next one?
Yeah. Well, I don't think so.
Or do we need to?
This is 3 of 60. So there are 60 in each month now. 30 of them have Canva templates, so they're fully editable. But I just wanted to go ahead and add. We'll just keep without the one on the far left. Even if you're in a difficult niche, all of these are written in a way where you can adjust. So if you are a psychiatrist or a mental health professional, I think all 3 of these posts, especially the first 2, are very gentle way. You could easily bring these in. But I also want to say Julie loves to talk about bringing them into your niche. I think we differ on that because I feel like the M and the V posts don't need to necessarily be in your niche, because these are the ones that you're trying to attract everybody with. So if you're stuck on one and you're like, I don't know how to make difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations, applicable to my paint party business, that's fine. You just want to reach more people, because the more people that see this post means more people are going to see your visibility boosting post, which means that more people are going to see that important presence post that we're going to talk about third.
Exactly.
So that's how I see it. That's kind of why we make such a good team, is because we do have different perspectives, and that's where social media works differently for everyone. But we do know that the algorithm works the same way. So you've got to figure out how to make it work for you. So as Julie mentioned, our strategy is MVP. We have the motivational and then the visibility. So the visibility boosting posts are seasonal. They're built around the day of the week, the day of the month, the season that we're in. So this week in specific, obviously it's January 31st. A lot of people are always so excited to be done with January, whether it's the post-Christmas slump or ramping up resolutions that gets everyone down. People in general like to see February come. So you can always ask an engaging post at the end of this month about what they're looking forward to in February, what their goal is for February. If you want to put a positive spin on a general negative mindset, you can ask them what their favorite moment in January was. Anything like that is going to get your audience to say something to you is going to help more people see it, which is going to, as I mentioned already a couple of times, it's going to help more people see the posts that actually build awareness about your business.
Exactly. God, couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, so Tuesday, do you want to take Chinese New Year, or you want to do Groundhog down?
I'll do brown all day.
Okay, so Tuesday, tomorrow, I lived in China for 2 years. So this one, and even though I lived in China, I also know that in America, the Chinese New Year is kind of a big thing because people like to kind of follow that. Obviously, if nothing else, Chinese food is kind of delicious. So this one is a big thing. People like to follow the years. This is the year of the tiger, I believe. 2022 is the tiger. So if that fits with you, if that jives with you, share a post, share some fun facts, ask people what Chinese animal they are. And if they don't know, you can always just share something about it. And if you totally don't love that one, that's fine. I think we have 12 posts for this week in the visibility section of Ysp.
Yeah, I want to add to that really quick, because if you can't get your head wrapped around that, again, we've said the reason, but so like if it Happy Chinese New Year, whatever, and you can say, like I would say, I'm a rat, so I actually know that, not from this, but from visiting the Chinese restaurants. Let's say you feel like most people don't. You can say, tell me what you are. If you're not sure, look at the first comment. Your first comment can list all the years, so that then they can, they don't have to go somewhere and get lost to come back and comment. So,
love it.
Find out how many, rats there are or whatever. So that's just a good way. Again, these are not necessarily niche based at all. These are just trying to get engagement. All right. And then next, we're going to move on to Groundhog Day. Everybody loves Groundhog Day. We are hoping that spring, well, most people are wishing spring was here, but then we do have other people, unlike myself, They wish winter would stay. That is not me. So I'm always wishing for spring. So again, ask a question. That is the whole reason for this. So everyone knows and celebrates Groundhog Day. There are some of the cutest memes that you can go and find around it. Again, it doesn't have to be the image that we have for you, but you can go and create your own meme. Um, there are super ways that you can, if you really wanted to get creative with it, dress your cat up or your dog up as a groundhog and show the picture of him. Pet pictures are huge. So there are so many ways to make this creative.
For sure. Am I taking the last one?
I can. National Wear Red Day. Oh, and see, red used to be my favorite color until purple fought its way in. So I still love red, but it's heart disease in women. So it's a really great cause. There are lots of people that are behind it. So, you can snap a selfie of you wearing red. Our picture obviously has to be general in nature, and it's something that just says wear red day. And then, your post would say something like, share the pic of you in red today in the comments or something like that. So that way you can get people that want to snap a selfie and put them in your comments. Remember, the more comments, the better. So,
Exactly.
but I like the selfie of yourself wearing red and then ask them to show what they're wearing.
For sure. And I know even schools do this. They have like a Wear Red Day to support this. And Wear Red Day is specifically about women in heart disease, but it's a great thing because February is National Heart Disease Awareness Month. So it's usually all wrapped into one. You wear red for heart disease awareness and prevention. So that's a great opportunity. I don't think anybody is against that. So it's always great to work those mass appeal things into your newsfeed. P. So here is the moment, and just like with the M posts, the P posts, there are 30 promotional and present prompts that we give you for February, and then another 5 that are specifically about sale and promo ideas. This one, because this week is Groundhog Day, and I love the versatility of this one. I love watching people use it. I would love to see a few of you use it. If you do, you can tag me. I would love to see your post. But run a Groundhog Day sale or promotion, and don't be afraid of it. My favorite way, of course, if you have a brick and mortar or something that you can do a overarching sale, that's fine. But you could also do something simple like, if the groundhog sees his shadow, this happens. If he doesn't see his shadow, then this happens. And obviously both things are good, but they're a little different. So if you're in network marketing, then maybe for everyone who places a sale on February 2nd or February 3rd, you send them this free thing if the groundhog, a small free thing. Let me be clear. It's a small thing. If he sees his shadow, or if he doesn't, then you send him this thing. And the creativity is up to you. The flexibility is up to you from there. But that's just one of probably 50 ideas I could think about if we were limitless on time of how you could capitalize and you could spread awareness about your business, what you do, what you sell, who you serve, just using Groundhog Day.
Exactly. You could even do a post. I don't know if this is exactly it could be worked into a promo post where get everyone to comment if they think he's going to see a shadow or not. Whoever gets, the majority or whatever happens, they get a promo code for something on sale. And then you can message them direct, depending on what your business is. So that'd be a cool way to garner a lot of comments, which is, again, what we're trying to get eyeballs on the posts. And Deanne had a question about if these post ideas that we're talking about were for video. I know it was before we got started, but I want to answer that in a way that all of our Ysp content, so half of the posts come as Canva templates, the other are copy and paste posts, but you can totally take the idea of what we have and make it into a video post by adding animation to it probably, I need to do a challenge on this. I bet we could turn a post into something animated in about 30 seconds, and then it is considered to be video content once it's animated.
What she means is, let me time Jess and see how quick she can do that.
That's what I meant there. So who wants to challenge Jess to that?
Oh my gosh.
But seriously, Canva, Canva is an amazing tool, and you can create tons of video content that you don't have to be, again, it can be flat. It could be an image of you, that's going through an animation with some text on top of it, and that counts as video. So I want to say that it doesn't have to be you speaking to be considered video content.
For sure. All right. And finally, we're going to share a Ysp win of the week. And that belongs to our girl, Savita / Nikki Brooks. I'm not sure that she's on today. She might.
Well, she'll catch the replay for sure. So, so Savita has got a lot going on here that is working in her favor for video. I wanted to go find someone that's doing video. So I'm going to point out, this is number one. She went live. She goes live. It's called Midday Motivation. All right. So number one. So one of the things that you need to do when you're doing video content is be consistent. So she has set herself up to have to be consistent because of how she's named it. So she is going live every single day, midday. And this is a short video. It is 1 minute and 7 seconds. Okay. That's not that hard to do. She's, and she's live. So there's no retakes on live. So she's garnered, she's getting comments, she's getting likes. One thing that she did to get people to the post is that she tagged them to when she went live. You can see that she's feeling loved with, and she's tagged 11 people. So that's a great way to pull people into your post. And
exactly,
she's using a filter which will garner people stopping the scroll. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else. She used an emoji. So she's feeling loved with. I love all the things that she's doing right there.
Right. So. And my favorite thing is this is a great example of I know that when she kind of started watching some of our content back about last year this time, that she had to work through a lot of her struggle with wanting everything to look perfect, but you don't have to be perfect. And of course, I'm not saying that, she doesn't look good in this. She looks great in this, but she also doesn't look perfect. She didn't take the time to blow out and curl her hair or put on some super nice top or get it perfectly staged. It looks very authentic. Like she raised the camera and she started it. And I think that is something that really connects with viewers in where we are with social media marketing.
Exactly. And for those on the replay that might not know Nikki Savita, she's in the financial niche. So saving, getting out of debt. So this is great. It is a great motivation for her to be able to set and do this live every single day.
Exactly. All right. And we're back. So this was Marketing Monday.
It was.
Yeah. And that would, hopefully we have convinced you, or at least incited a little bit of confidence in you feeling like you can go live or just do video content. Like Julie said, live is scary. If you want to just start with video content, hopefully we've given you some really good ideas of how to do that and how to get started and why you need to stop waiting when it comes to that.
Exactly. Shannon just said, great idea. But it made me think, because she is in the affiliate marketing niche. So an easy way is to do product reviews if you're an affiliate marketer. But that also applies to just talking about, so for Mary Alice, talking about something that she's created and why she's created it. There's so many different ways, like the possibilities are endless. And I want to say, no matter what your niche is, like you can work video into your marketing mix for sure.
Exactly. And she was saying great idea in response to Deanne, who had a wonderful hack. You can tell she's been around a while. But she tags her top 10 engagers on her live video, and she has more people on her live than she usually does. She didn't want to tag everyone, though those top engagers were really helpful with increasing traction. Yes, that's a great way to do it. And maybe we'll test that and tag a couple of you on Thursday.
Actually, so I say we tag and then so I've seen a lot of other people do this where they tag and then they ask you to share. So, and then you would also get, like at the end, they would give you something for sharing or props or, just a shout out to say, Deanne shared this. Thank you so much. But asking for the share is huge. And then we need to start doing that as well. So once you come on in our live, think about how helpful it would be if you shared it with other entrepreneurs that could use the same help.
For sure. And for those of you who have been commenting a lot, make sure that you give us a reaction too, because even that little blue thumbs up or that heart helps a lot too.
For sure.
So, all right. So if you're not an Academy member, go become one so that you can join us for content class. Tomorrow is going to be a fun topic. I shared it in an email on Friday if you want to go dig and find it.
Yep.
Or
and
it's only wait for the surprise tomorrow.
Yep. And it's only $15 to join. It's accessible. We go live once a week. So 4 times a month at least. Plus all the other goodies.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.